Good afternoon and welcome to the 91st Derby d'Italia between APIA Leichhardt Football Club and the Marconi Stallions, a fixture that has been played since 1950 by two proud Italo-Australian football clubs founded in the 1950s, and in the 7 decades since, both these Socceroos factories have enjoyed trophy-filled success and housed some of Australia and abroad's most iconic footballers. Now they meet in a preliminary final as the last two champions of the New South Wales NPL. It's the 2023 champions, the APIA Leichhardt Football Club, hosting the 2024 champions, the Marconi Stallions, in the biggest Derby d'Italia in recent history. APIA had the luxury of 7 days off. Their lineup is as follows. Oliver Kalatz is in goals. Back into the starting team, wearing the captain's armband as well, is Shawnee Simmons. The other fullback with a big job on his hands this afternoon is Cameron Fong. The centre-backs are Drayden Kelly and Michael Kuda. In midfield, at the heart of the midfield, there's two changes. Eddie Kaspers and Fabian Monge come in. Saya Kambayashi, enjoying a fantastic season, is on one wing. Alex Denmead, the super sub, starts. And up front, Presley Ortiz. Always dependable, Franco Farinella. Marconi make one change from that thrilling 120 minutes of midweek football against Sydney United. They needed penalties. The man that saved 3 of them against United is once again in goals, James Hilton. The fullbacks are George Daniel and Tyron Burney. James Bayliss shifts to centre-back to partner Tas Mudakudis. Julian Monge comes into the starting lineup next to Mr. Marconi, Brandon Vella. The wingers are Franco Maya and Dom Costanzo. And up front, it's Damien Sekenis and Marco Jesic. It's Father's Day. It's fitting because these are two of the forefathers of Australian football. Clubs that are rich in history, but also have exciting futures ahead, not just the prospect of more silverware in the domestic season, but both are foundation clubs in the Australian Championship. But before we look ahead, it is time to think about the 90 minutes coming up, potentially 120 if needed, and maybe more penalties as well, like we saw on Wednesday night. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If you're enjoying this one, maybe you got the barbecue on, beautiful, or even if you're out, I highly recommend, if you're at a restaurant, you're at a dinner table, just have the phone under the table. It's not rude because this is the 91st Derby d'Italia between the last two champions in New South Wales. Both clubs have enjoyed a lot of success in the last 2 years. Last winners of this competition, but only one will be going to Cogra next week. Will it be the Maroon Azzurri APIA Leichhardt Football Club, or the Azzurri and Black Marconi Stallions? It's going to be a man, Marco Jesic. He's seen it all, he's done it all. Will he be going to another grand final? This is the 91st Derby d'Italia, and it is underway. Nothing to split these two teams. 36 wins each with 18 draws. The team that picks up win number 37 this afternoon will go to the final next week at Cogra. The last two champions of this competition face off. They'll play the winner of the matchup between the last two premiers. And they venture forward straight away. Saya Kambayashi, he's in great form. And he almost makes the dream start. Hilton got down low. It whizzed past his near post, and an early warning shot fired there by the home team. And who else but Saya Kambayashi enjoying a fantastic season. Definitely a career best in a career that has already brought him so much success. He's fantastic at Manly as well, but he has gone to another level, and it's Hilton that gets us underway. Drayden Kelly leaping above the pack there. His reputation which grew with each game as the season went on. Added a couple big scalps in terms of strikers that he pocketed throughout the season. Particularly impressive in keeping Cyrus Demi, Blacktown, and Alex Uroshevsky quiet. Here is Oliver Kalatz. He's long looking for Presley Ortiz. Murukudas, maybe it was just a case of cramp. Came off deep into extra time, but he's okay and he's at the heart of the defense. But it's APIA venturing forward once again, and Farinella's shot was tame and the flag went up anyway. So now that both teams have settled into their shape, we get a better understanding of what these lineups look like. Marconi just made the one change, playing their usual 4-4-2. No Lachlan Griffiths. And their star centre backs. Said this word a lot, but he was having a fantastic season. And it looks like Brandon Vella has slotted in next to Tas Murukudas. So Vella playing next to Murukudas and Bayless, partnering Monge in the heart of midfield. Here come Marconi looking to make their way into the game after a frenetic start from APIA, almost taking the lead. Sekenis fitting on this Father's Day, the father-son duo. Manager and son looking to book their spot in a second consecutive grand final. You're seeing now the shape that APIA looking like they're playing a 4-3-3. Is that one just skipped up on Bayless there as he looked to punish a poor goal kick, but all still with Marconi. APIA made the fast start. If you're just joining us now, Seiya Kambayashi almost opening the scoring inside 60 seconds. And you can see now that APIA without Jack Stewart. That was the big news pre-game. Stewart has a little niggle on the bench today, I'm told. Can be used if necessary, but he's carrying an injury, which is a huge blow because Kambayashi and Presley Ortiz get a lot of the deserved praise in this team, but Jack Stewart is so important to Franco Parisi. Farinella tries to bring the ball down. Here he is. He's missed the dependables. Played up front, played out on the wing. It looks like he's sitting in a midfield three at the moment. So APIA playing a 4-3-3 with Caspers, Farinella, and Monge. The two Monges battle in the heart of midfield as they go long, looking for Sekenis, who does well there against the physical Drayden Kelly, and it's the Canadian centre-back who wins that battle. But that's going to be a battle to keep your eyes on all 90 minutes and possibly 120 as they go long, looking for Farinella, and Brandon Vella was there first. And you think of Marconi Stallions, the great Stallions, Harry Kuehl, Paul Ocon, Mark Swartzer, even Christian Vieri. None of them can claim the record Brandon Vella has, and that was the first Marconi player to bring up 250 games for the club. An insane achievement, which Marko Jesic joined him shortly after. And here is Mr. Marconi. Brandon Vella is just shielding that one for his goalkeeper. What a insane record when you take into account all the Socceroos captains that this club has produced. Brandon Vella versus the 250, and he's at the heart of defense today. He's going to have his hands full. And Presley Ortiz quiet. Here is Kelly. Looking for Alex Denmead in a super sub for APIA this season. Plays from the start. Okay, this game's just settled down a little bit after its frenetic start. Some people were still walking into Lambert Park, which I can tell you, both sections of this stadium on either side of me are full. Joe Marsden Pavilion is full as well. So Marconi throw. Marconi has done the double on APIA in the league. Won as recently as a month ago by 3-2. Here's Farinella bursting forward and finding Kambayashi, who's just looking for a teammate. Farinella once again, here's Kambayashi. Denmead was bursting forward, but it's well dealt with by George Daniel. Costanzo, that was beautiful by Domenico. Ernie had a task though trying to bring that one down. It almost brought rainwater with it. Maya looks to switch to his opposite winger and he finds him. Will it sit up? It does. Costanzo as well. And here is Maya. A little bit of space that's shut down immediately. He turns. And then well won there by Kuda. Two veterans of their respective clubs there going head to head. Marko Jesic and Michael Kuda. Kudus. And Fong goes long looking for Ortiz, who was the lone APIA player up front, but Kudus is there to intervene, and here he is again. He had an immediate impact. With A-League experience, was a huge mid-season signing. Jesic. There's that man Mutakutis, and you want tangible evidence of Mutakutis' impact in the month after he signed. They didn't concede a goal. Maya. Here's Bayless. Handy replacement, being able to call upon this man to replace Griffiths at the heart of the defence, but I've given him the commentator's curse because that one's given away, but Kambayashi's shut down quickly by Bernie and Maya, who ends up winning the tackle. Dinked forward looking for Jesic. Fong is there to intercept. A big game in the young career of Cameron Fong. Switch now out wide to Denmead. Does well to keep it in, just holding it up a little bit, waiting for some APIA teammates to make a run into the box. Still with Alex Denmead. He's got Monge at the edge of the box, decides to go himself, and it's well won by George Daniel, but his clearance is picked up by Kelly. Kuda has chipped in with important goals this season. Also been rock solid at the back. Simmons forward looking for Monge, and Vela does well to avoid that one for going out for a corner. Simmons, flag stays down. Monge and Kambayashi in support. Lovely back heel from Kambayashi, but the flag was up. Simmons offside. Sean Simmons shook off a little tweak he picked up here a few weeks ago against the Sutherland Sharks. Thankfully, it wasn't anything major. Just eased his way back into the starting lineup. His first start since that game today for a man that's won grand finals, was the man of the match in 2019, scored the winning goal. Both these teams experienced plenty of recent success. Daniel, once again, he's had a good start to this game. Costanzo gets there ahead of Fong and has some space now to drive and look for the cross for Jesic. Great low save by Kalatz. It's still there at the feet of Kuda. Big chance for Marconi. Lovely work by Costanzo, and then Simmons mishits that one. I think it went out. It did. He sliced that one almost like he had a 5-iron, but what a moment for Marconi. Their best of the game and the best chance of the game, you have to say, after Seiya Kambayashi's early chance, and now a foul here by Vela on Ortiz, but a great low save by Oli Kalatz. Lovely work by Dom Costanzo, who, like quite a few Marconi players in season 2025, has had an injury-interrupted season. He missed the start of the season, and the goals have dipped off across the board for Marconi, but he was back to his best on Wednesday night. scored the opening goal, scored the winning penalty, shook off that clothesline from hell from James Hilton. That was JBL-esque. And nearly created the opening goal there. Lovely switch for Simmons, going up against Tyrone Burney. Simmons looks to get ahead of Burney. Manages to find the cross. They're away by Vela. Kaspers does well to bring down the bouncing ball. Here's Kambayashi. Denmead. Fong, that is going to be a key battle, him against Costanzo, and we saw its first flashpoint early. Lovely work by Kambayashi, skipping past one and finding Farinella, but the shot was blocked. Still with Monge. The shot was always rising and into the net, which protects those fans that have the best seat in the house here at Lambert Park. Spring has well and truly sprung, and the weather and football gods have worked in partnership to serve up an absolute beauty. 12 minutes gone, goalless in the 91st Derby d'Italia. Both teams have had chances. Seiya Kambayashi inside a minute, and Marko Jesic after a lovely play down the left-hand side and great cross from Dom Costanzo. It was that man's low save. He was under pressure there, Kalats. Lovely work by Kelly, and then loses his footing at the last minute. That was acrobatic. Daniels had a good start to this game. And Denmead wins the tackle but concedes the throw. Another preliminary final kicking off at Christie Park at 5 p.m. We've got a battle here between the last two champions in New South Wales, APIA Marconi, and the other prelims, the battle of the two most recent premiers. Spirit at home to Rockdale. That one kicks off at 5 o'clock. 13 minutes gone here, no goals. Good start to this Derby d'Italia. Coney getting more and more comfortable, not showing the effects of 120 grueling minutes midweek. If you're just joining us now, the Stallions backing up from that penalty shootout win over United make just the one change, and it was a forced one. Griffiths suspended coming out as players hitting the deck, and Presley Ortiz coming out of the pile with the ball. Lovely 1-2 with Denmead. Presley Ortiz has Kambayashi in the middle, peeling off to the back post. He squares it up, but the only person that was there was Bayless. Just the one change. And it's Julian Monge coming in for Griffiths, but Brendan Vela dropping into the heart of the defence. Seen plenty of action early, Mr. Marconi. He's going to see some more again. That cross floated to the back post for Kambayashi, and did it go out? Michael Weiner, our referee, says yes, it did. Udakutis. Long looking for Jesic. A huge moment a few minutes ago. Forcing a great low save from Kalats. And did that take a touch off Kuda? Yes, it did. Corner for Marconi. Going to break the deadlock after 15 minutes. This game is all the early signs of a classic. Both teams, two good chances. You have to say the best fell to Marconi, and after a good start from APIA, nearly making the dream start inside a minute, the defending champs have recovered well and to beat APIA for the third time this season. They did the double of noon in the league. APIA got revenge in the cup. Floated into the near post, header away. As far as Denmead, his clearance is scuffed to Maya. Costanzo gets around Denmead. Now has space to pick out a player. Clips the head of Fong, and it was a key Falcon there because it took all the sting off the cross, and that one lands on top of the Joe Marsden Pavilion, which just symbolises rich history of APIA Leichhardt Football Club. Joe Marsden, the first Australian to feature in the FA Cup final. Was that a foul? Marconi adamant it was there on Julian Monge. And they're going to get the throw instead. Festival of Football happening at Lambert today. This is part of a triple header, sandwiched in between a women's match, which APIA were victorious in before this one against UNSW, and then 20s in action after this one. Goalless in the first grade, and afters there on Daniel, and Marconi get a free kick. Just joining us now. Great start to this derby. Big news before a ball was even kicked, and that's one of APIA's main men, Jack Stewart, has a niggling injury, only fit enough for the bench. Marconi making just the one change. A grueling and brilliant midweek game. They're looking good so far. So is this man Costanzo. It beats everyone, and for a second there it looked like Sekenis may have got a touch, but just slightly in front of the ex-Central Coast Mariner, and that's happy to play it short to Kelly. Fascinating stylistic. I'll spit it out eventually. Match up here. You've got the league's best attack, APIA, against the league's best defence. So something's got to give. Marconi, the goals have dried up a little bit. They scored 70 last year, only 48 this season. And a big reason for that is the departure of James Temelkovsky. He's Costanzo, who's been everywhere. And that pass just slightly overhit for Maya, otherwise he may have been in on goal. Temelkovsky, thinking of the great man I saw this morning scoring a Puskas contender over in Hong Kong, so JT doing JT things. The nucleus of this team has remained the same, and that's a rock-solid defence. 2 seasons in a row now they've had the league's best defence. 3 seasons in a row. Every year that Franco Parisi has managed APIA, they've had the league's best attack. Living by his motto of playing sexy football. That's his quote, not mine, and it's hard to argue. Here's Kambayashi, riding the challenge of Monge. And that pass just a bit too wide there for Denmead. As we approach the 20-minute mark, you have to say Marconi just looking slightly more settled at the moment. Despite playing midweek football, Marconi only made 1 change to that starting 11. APIA made a few changes, and after 20 minutes it just looks like the team from Bosley Park's a little bit more settled after an early Seiya Kambayashi chance. Marconi have really found their groove as Jesic is battling with Kelly. And Kelly brings his goalkeeper into play. It was an absolute rocket. For a second I thought I was going to land on the Joe Marsden Pavilion, which is racking up the ball collection. We've already seen 1 ball go there. Monge. Jack Stewart in the starting 11 for APIA. It was the case when these teams met on Anzac Day weekend earlier in the season, and APIA just looked not like themselves. They looked 1 or 2 notches off the pace in that game, missing such a key player. And their manager, Franco Parisi, will be hoping that that's not the case this afternoon again. Marconi cruised to a 2-0 win in that game. Kelly looked like he ran into a bit of trouble and he's dispossessed here. Bayless. Get out wide to Jesic. It's a really good spell here from Marconi. Will they get the reward? Maya with the chance to shoot. It goes over the bar, but it looked good off the boot, and all Ollie Kalatz could do in the APIA goals was just stand there and watch with his heart in his mouth. But lovely football once again, and APIA just a little bit off the pace since Kambayashi's early chance, and this game looking eerily similar to a game here on Anzac Day weekend. And Marconi cruised to a 2-0 win, and despite all the injuries that they've had this season, Marconi still a deep squad to have a player like Jake True, who was the man of the match in that game, on the bench. They go looking for Yesic. Here he is. The angle's tight. He tries to square it up, and back there to make a key block was Kuda. Danger not over yet. It's Meyer who hits it. And it was always going wide. That would have been magnificent from Meyer, but not that time. Definitely has a golazo in his locker. Franco Meyer scored a few of them, not only for Marconi, but also his days at St. George City. And both Marconi wingers, Meyer and Costanzo, look like they're in a mood this afternoon, not showing the effects of a long injury-interrupted season and 120 minutes midweek. Fong together there with Costanzo, and the last touch came off the young APIA defender. We are halfway through the first half, goalless at Lambert Park. This matchup between the best attack and the best defense, the last two champions, there's so many great storylines in this game. Only one, though, can book their ticket to Cogra next week. Take on the winner of Spirit and Rockdale. Bernie made a seamless transition into this team after arriving from Blacktown City. Here's Costanzo. Looks like he's in the mood just like he was on Wednesday night. That one skips past everyone in it. It was Bernie at the back post, and Simmons with a cool head to take the touch and play it along the floor as well. That was brilliant from the APIA captain, instead of just hoofing that one onto Ramsey Street. And APIA get a relieving free kick. The last 10 minutes of this game feels like it's been played exclusively in their defensive half. Kelly. He's got great feet for a centre back. It's a game early in the season where he came off the bench and they threw him up front, and he did a great job as well. He's really made a home for himself at the heart of that APIA defence. Kaspers. Kambayashi driving forward. He's got Ortiz in front of him, and he finds him. Ortiz has Simmons there. He holds it up and fizzes it in, but it was dealt with by Monge. Kuda and Yesic tangling up there. Well won by the APIA centre-back. Monge. Now Marconi with the chance to break. They were looking for Sekenis, but Kuda got back there to intercept. He's had a couple key interventions early in this first half. Now APIA with a chance to go forward. Kamiyashi looking for room, battling against Meyer, and Kudus sends that one to safety, and someone in the crowd just dropped the catch. Beautiful scenes here at Lambert Park, and filling out the grandstand this Derby d'Italia. Message. Bayless heads it away. Kaspers heads it down with his chest. That one skips past Fabian Monge, and it's Julian Monge. Now it falls to Kaspers. He was looking for Ortiz, but Kudus was there. Apart from that nervy start, a very good start by the Marconi backline, as we've come to expect. The only anomaly was that crazy 5-0 loss at the hands of Northwest Sydney Spirit. But APIA can also attest to that. When Spirit get in the mood, they're impossible to stop in season 2025. APIA go long looking for Farinella. Shoulder to shoulder with Vela, and Bernie gets back to support. Bernie wins his team a throw. APIA were one of the first victims of Spirit's relentless run this season. A 3-0 defeat here early in the season. Without a doubt, the most shocking result was that 5-0 loss for Marconi. Given away by Bernie, and now it's Simmons. Monge. One-touch football, the final back heel. It looked good on the eye, but Marconi player in sight, and Kelly's there to mop it up. And Monge. Talk about what a boost Tasamuta Kudus was, mid-season arrival. Can say the same thing about Fabian Monge returning to the club. Kambayashi runs out of room there for a stint playing for Melbourne Victory. Slot straight back into the heart of midfield. And up against his brother Julian Monge, who definitely got the height genetics. Bernie. Simmons and Maya getting up there. Bayless. The team's just playing a little bit of head tennis at the moment. Jesic sends that one high for Costanzo. And then he just sends that one over the Joe Marsden Pavilion. There's a wild 30-second bit of football volleyball just played there. That one was sent into orbit. I don't think we're getting that ball back. Thankfully, we've got about a dozen on site. Throw from APIA. Looking for Ortiz. Daniel. Looking for Sekenes. He and Marco Jesic, equal top goal scorers for the Stallions this season. 8 apiece. Bayless. Monge. Turning out wide, but he might play the safer option and bring in Vela. Vela looking for Sekenes. Kelly at full stretch there to intercept. Here is Presley Ortiz dropping deep. Trying to get into this game. He's been well contained so far. Daniel gets us back underway. Sekenes. It's been a wild passage of play. There's been at least 30 headers in the last 2 minutes here. It's been... There we go. The ball's been brought back down to earth. Kuda. Switches it looking for Denmead. Does well to bring it down on his chest and keep it in. Good tackle though by Daniel. Fabian Monge. Kuda. See a reunion next week with Michael Kuda and Rockdale. Always plays with his heart on his sleeve, Michael Kuda, and was the hero in that game, scoring a double and riling up the Rockdale fans. Ortiz flicks it on. And Miyashi was making the run, but Bernie was there first. Versatile player, Michael Kuda, playing across that back line at the heart of defence today. Here's Fong. Bit of space for Monge, but that final pass was off. Here's Costanzo. He's had his heels clipped there by Fong. Here is Domenico Costanzo. Sekenes going up against Kelly. Strong tackle there by Drayden Kelly. Caspers fizzes that one. Skips past Ortiz and it trickles out for a throw. These teams have plenty of firepower on their bench if was to remain goalless. Just joining us now, half an hour gone, no goals. Both teams have had a big chance to get the opening goal in this Derby d'Italia. Seiya Kambayashi had one inside a minute. And then Marco Jesic, the best chance of the game, forcing a great low save by Kalatz. Kambayashi and Bernie. There's that one onto the street. Ball kids have earned their money this afternoon. If they get paid, maybe they get paid canteen food. Definitely earn a couple of Coke Zeros. Simmons. Going to book his ticket to another grand final. Here he is once again. We've seen some wild results here at Lambert Park this season. None more so than a 7-goal thriller, which until Wednesday night I had that one penciled in for the game of the year, but Marconi and Sydney United would argue that theirs may have just pipped that, and it's hard to disagree. So Kenneth's battling with Kuda once again. Here's Kelly. Fong's got Mead out wide, and he goes to him. He's Denmead cutting in as Monge making the run in front of him, but unable to get a clean pass away, and it's Julian Monge on the ball now. Well intercepted by Fong, who skips past a couple Marconi players, but the cross is cleared only as far as Caspers. He's looking for Simmons, but Myers there to intercept. Julian Monge. Out wide to Costanzo. Long looking for Jesic. It gets past Kelly, and here's Marco Jesic, but a good recovery from Drayden Kelly. One just skipped underneath him, and he recovered well. Fascinating opening 33 minutes here. Game that's in the balance. Marconi had a good spell. Produced the best chance of the game, but APIA have responded with a good stretch of possession of their own. This game is delicately balanced at the moment. Goalless at Lambert. Winner will play the winner of Spirit and Rockdale next weekend in the grand final. Caspers. Kambayashi, lovely one-touch football. Denmead looking for Presley Ortiz. Got Brendan Vella to beat, skips inside and out. The angle's tight, and he forces a good save from James Hilton at his near post. One sting the palms, Mr. JBL James Hilton, and if you're a wrestling fan, you'll understand that reference after the clothesline on Dom Costanzo. Sharp save there by one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the NPL. Corner for APIA. Taken by... Set up important goals from corners this season. Shawnee Simmons, this would be the biggest with just a bit over 10 minutes to go in the first half. It's Simmons' delivery! And headed in the first goal of the Derby d'Italia by Drayden Kelly, whose reputation has continued to grow in season 2025 for his defensive heroics, but he chips in with a huge goal. First blood in the 91st Derby d'Italia goes to the home team, thanks to a goal from their centre-back, Drayden Kelly, after another Sean Simmons assist. Beautiful ball, and penalty area just parted like the Red Sea, and Kelly rose above the pack, heads in APIA's opener, and we have first blood in the Derby d'Italia. Drayden Kelly. Marco Jesic not happy, remonstrating there with Michael Wiener, our referee, maybe for some contact in the box. But it is APIA 1, Marconi 0, thanks to a goal from a Sean Simmons corner, headed in by Drayden Kelly. This game has ebbed and flowed. APIA absorbed good opening 20 minutes from Marconi, and now have a precious 1-goal lead with 10 minutes to go here in the first half. For Saya Kambayashi, who pinches the ball off Bernie. He can now drive goalwards. The angle's a little bit tight. He cuts in, but Myers there. He sends that one away. The feet of Kuda. Marinella. Denmead. For Sekenis there. Plays it off to Jesic. Meyer. Simmons gets there ahead of him. No goals this season for Sean Simmons, but crucial assist. He set up a winning, beg your pardon, the equalising goal for his brother Josh. And this one lands here for Presley Ortiz, who's in on goal, and he drags the shot wide. Golden opportunity for APIA to double their lead, and it fell to the man you'd want it to fall to, Presley Ortiz. Has 19 goals in all competitions this season. Probably should have had 20, but it did take a touch. So it is another APIA corner. Identical spot to the one that led to the opening goal. Will it be the same outcome? They're really starting to turn the screws now on their Italo Australian rivals. Played short this time for Kambayashi. Getting hounded there by Costanzo, and take two for APIA. See if Simmons just sends this one in, just like he did for that opening goal. Simmons to take it once again. This one low for Kambayashi. Was trying to flick that one goalwards, but ends up going for a goal kick. And I was saying right before, that golden opportunity for APIA to double their lead. Simmons, no goals this season, but crucial assists. As I mentioned, set up his brother in that amazing 4-3 win against Rockdale. His brother moved on after a very successful spell with the club, playing for Bonnyrigg. APIA launch it forward for Presley Ortiz, who's really starting to make his presence felt in this game. Caspers lays it off for Monge. Here's Fabian Monge of APIA doing battle against Julian Monge of Marconi. Kambayashi. Lovely back heel for Monge, and then the pass misplaced, and it finds the other Monge there. Kudos, and you have to give Marconi credit. Backlines remain solid despite all the injuries. That's a foul there on Bayless. Tom Minaric was having a fantastic start to the season until he picked up an injury. Griffiths has battled with injuries as well. Costanzo. Marconi find a response, brought down by Sekenis, looking for some room to shoot. It's Bernie. And that looks like it may have taken a touch off Caspers, and our referee agrees. Corner for Marconi. Costanzo will take it. We've already seen one goal from a corner. Simmons picking up Drayden Kelly. Second goal of the season. Biggest goal of the season for APIA so far. Marconi looked to respond. 5.5 to go in the first half. It's Costanzo to take the corner for the Stallions. Floated it in. It's a beautiful ball. Header, which that's something to think about. And he shows off his arm and picks out Kambayashi. He's got Denmead and Ortiz in front of him. Does well to skip past Meyer. Referee playing advantage. Here's Denmead. He's got Ortiz in the middle. Tries to pick him out. Somehow does. Ball was slightly behind Presley Ortiz. It falls to Monge, trying to get that shot through a sea of Marconi blue. He was unable to. Still with APIA. Laid off brilliantly by Caspers. Releases Simmons. Looking for another assist. Kambayashi was steaming in on Hilton's goal, but overhit, and it's out for a throw. 4.5 to go here at Lambert Park. Fans may have been a little bit nervy after the opening 20 minutes, particularly when Marko Jesic came agonisingly close to giving the visitors the lead. Since taking the lead, Marconi are really starting to turn the screws on their Italo-Italian rivals. Whistle's blown, high boot. It's a free kick here for APIA. Doing it today with one of their key players, Jack Stewart, only fit enough for the bench, but So far, so good for the 2023 champions against the 2024 champions. They lead by 1-0. 3.5 to go in the first half, looking to double their lead from this free kick. It's going to be Kambayashi to take it. Bayless was there, headed to the edge of the box. And the whistle is blown, and it goes the way of Marconi. Simmons has stayed down here for APIA. Let out a big yell. He's not happy. He thought the whistle should have gone the other way. Hilton helps him to his feet and gets play back underway. Going long, looking for Meyer. Another big header there from Kuda. Bernie takes the throw. Bayless. So Franco Farinella was APIA's Mr. Dependable. James Bayless is Marconi's equivalent. Miller goes long looking for Sekenis. He thought he had a shoulder in the back there. Kelly, lovely work there. Throwing the little dummy, and you go long looking for Denmead. Front three really starting to influence this game for APIA. It's a makeshift front three. Marinella. Shoulder to shoulder there with Jesic, and it's a Marconi throw. Fong. And then Daniel sends that one long. Kelly. It's like the one nervy moment where ball skipped under his feet, but other than that, it's been a typical Drayden Kelly performance. The flag is up. Presley Ortiz from an offside position, and then interferes with the free kick there. And Novella, a bit of confusion going on here. Was there maybe a rolling ball, or Hilton's going to take this one. Mutakutis. Long. Kelly, both up your centre backs. Need some Panadol at the end of this game. Lots of headers. Marconi going long. Looking to bring their top goal scorers, joint top goal scorers into the game. Here's Caspers. Denmead. Lovely outside of the boot ball, looking for Kambayashi, but it just sat up for Vela, and Hilton sends that one away. Really good spell this from APIA to close out the first half. 30 seconds of regular time to go in the first half. Mutakutis. Daniel, a strong first half. Goes long looking for Sekenis. Tangling up there with Kelly. Both players tugging, and didn't look good. Sekenis getting launched into the advertising, which I'm pretty sure has a concrete wall behind it. That is not a good sight. In fact, he's actually been lost in the ditch behind that goal. I hope Sekenis is okay. He is. Sekenis has climbed out of that gulag behind the goal. Tangling up there with Drayden Kelly. It was purely accidental from the APIA centre back. Both players were pushing and shoving, and thankfully Marconi's joint top goal scorer is okay. Only 1 minute of added time. We've already had 50 seconds of it, but 50 seconds was spent retrieving Damien Sekenis. Kalatz goes long. Bayless, the header. Lovely back heel from Yesic gives Kelly something to think about, and he does well there to launch his clearance onto Sekenis and out for an APIA throw. Beg your pardon, there was 2 minutes. Like from my angle, the board said, one, my eyes are just getting worse with age. Last chance for either of these teams. It's a goal to Drayden Kelly, which separates them at the moment. Daniel. Mella looked to skip past Denmead and leaving free kick there. Marconi wasting no time taking it, but that one skips past Sekenis, and the 2 minutes is just about up. We're at the discretion of the referee now. Fong for what could be the last action. Very fascinating first 45 minutes, which APIA currently lead thanks to a goal from Drayden Kelly. That 45 ebbed and flowed. Sayaka Miyashi nearly gave the host a dream start, but Marconi settled into the game and had a great opening 20 minutes. Probably should have taken the lead through their captain Marco Yesic, who was denied by a great low save from Oliver Kalatz. Drayden Kelly's header from the corner, the difference in this opening 45 minutes. A fascinating 45 coming up. So, if you're going to get something to drink, I recommend making it an espresso. And if you need to go to the bathroom, make sure it's a number one, because we will be back soon with the second half. 45 done here at Lambert. It's APIA who lead Marconi by 1-0. APIA are 45 minutes away from booking their ticket to the 2025 Grand Final. Marconi have 45 minutes to save themselves and continue their run as defending champions. One of these two previous champions in New South Wales, their season will end potentially in 45 minutes. We will have extra time and penalties if needed. But Drayden Kelly's header from a Sean Simmons corner is the difference. Presley Ortiz will get us underway for the second half. We've already seen one APIA team book their ticket to a grand final. They're women. Will the men follow suit? We have 45 minutes to find out. Drayden Kelly's header gave them the lead. Presley Ortiz had a huge chance shortly after to double their lead. How do Marconi, who definitely for the first half of that first half, looked good. They weren't showing any effects of heavy legs in the start of this game, but APIA just settled down a little bit and got into their groove despite having the luxury of a week off between games. They actually made more changes to their starting 11 than Marconi, as Avinella hits the deck, is fouled by Julian Monge. Makeshift front three from APIA today. Rory Jordan, who scored 3 goals in 3. The match winner in back-to-back weeks. On the bench this afternoon, as is Jack Stewart. One goes long for Mutakutis. Just the top of his head and bounces back for his goalkeeper. James Hilton, who called into action in that first half towards the end. For a pretty routine opening 20 minutes. He got an early scare. Saya Kambayashi's chance within 90 seconds. APIA really settled into their groove and showed why. Despite missing Jack Stewart, makeshift front three, they showed why they have the league's best attack and have had the league's best attack 3 seasons in a row. And Miller does well to just get ahead of Ortiz. His head on it. Here is Presley Ortiz. Grew into the game the longer it went. Maya. Ian Costanzo had a great start. Here's Jesic. Drives forward. Has Costanzo out to his left. And goes out that way. Costanzo going up against Fong. Jesic was peeling out wide, making the overlapping run, but Caspers was there to help out as well, and it's an APIA throw. Even if it does come to an end this afternoon, won't be over. They're both foundation members of the Australia Cup. Here's Maya. Here's it to his other winger, Costanzo. Daniel peeling out in support, but he cuts in, and Kelly won so many fans and respect across this league with his defence. It's his goal at the moment, that's the difference. Farinella pushes forward and does well to ride the challenge of Maya. Lovely ball to pick out Denmead. Skips past Maya and has a little bit of space here. Alex Denmead, and the touch was a little bit heavy and he hits the deck, but goes out for a goal kick. James Hilton, team of the season, the official one hasn't come out yet, but I've seen 2 from 2 great podcasts, from the Gantry and the Champagne Football Show. With giving James Hilton his flowers, it's picked between Daniel Nizic and him as the goalkeeper of the season. Hilton goes long. Caspers, an awkward one, catches him on the chest. Here's Fong. He's long, looking for Ortiz. Gives Mutakutis something to think about, and another collector's item for fans when they walk at the ball that's ended up on the street. We're looking for that one when I walk to my car after this game. Will I be walking to my car in 40 minutes' time, or can Marconi get a goal? They're going to have to defend this cross from Denmead. It catches Kudus on the head, and Hilton did catch that one, but he did so out of play. So it's another APIA corner. 5 minutes gone, no change to the halftime score. He's the man. Put the opening goal on a platter for Drayden Kelly. Sean Simmons, his corner, led to the opening goal. Can he double APIA's lead on the set piece once again? It's Simmons to take it, not that time. Well dealt with by Bayless. Such a fascinating stylistic matchup coming into this game. Best attack against the best defense. The game back in August saw 5 goals. Here is Bernie, who was one of the goal scorers on that afternoon. It was a much-needed win for Marconi, and that pass is just misplaced there, looking for Meyer. Came after a brutal fortnight where they lost to St. George City and then were battered 5-0 at home to Spirit. Long looking for Ortiz. Tries to skip around Mutakudis, who does well to stick a foot in, but all falls to Farinella. Plays it out wide. Kambayashi back to APIA's Mr. Dependable. Franco Farinella. Shot dealt with by Mutakudis, who's a bit groggy after that header. It was cannoned in by APIA's number 99. Jesic with the outside of the boot. And Sekenis just had to delay his run slightly, and he was offside, which draws a groan from the Marconi fans. And Mutakudis has gone down after that block, which caught him flush on the top of the head. And Tas Mutakudis came off on Wednesday night late in extra time. Thankfully for Marconi, nothing that prevented him from starting today, and they're going to hope this isn't serious, because he is such a key part not only of the league's best backline but of this team. And if he was to come off, it'd mean they'd need to do even more reshuffling. No Lachlan Griffiths today. I was mentioning the team of the season that I've seen on a couple podcasts. I think it's pretty unanimous that Griffiths is going to be in the team of the season alongside Tyron Burney. So Mutakudis can't continue. This would be a huge, huge blow. Hopefully Mutakudis is okay. Gonna have to come off the field momentarily though, which means Marconi briefly are down to 10 men. And that means that James Bayless is just going to slot in at centre back to fill in. Might not be for too long. Mutakudis waiting to get back on. Kelly gets us back underway after a delay. Mutakudis is coming back on. So it's 11v11 again. Here's Kuda. To Drayden Kelly. Scored in week 1 and now in the preliminary final. Bigger goal for APIA this season than his one so far. The flag was up. They were looking for Simmons, who's bursting forward. He was offside. Hilton, Mr. JBL, gets us back underway. No reason to give out a clothesline yet, because his team trails by 1-0. That pass is misplaced. Denmead's there to pick it up, and then had his jersey pulled by Monge. Kelly skips past Sekenis. Finds Fong. After a Opening 20 where Fong was under a lot of pressure. Costanzo started the game in the same mood that he was in midweek. It looked ominous for the APIA right back, but he settled into this game nicely, as has the rest of this APIA team after a good opening 20 minutes by Marconi. Since taking the lead, to say they've looked like the better team so far, but we still have 35 minutes of football to play. Costanzo was looking for Monge. Julian just got a foot there ahead of Fabian, but Caspers was there, and then he gets the ball pinched off him. They're looking for Maya. Strong collision with him and Monge. And then the whistle's blown eventually for a foul on Caspers. He actually looked to take it quick, but here is Caspers to take it. Fong. Winner of this one takes on winner of Spirit and Rockdale. No matter the outcome and who we get in that grand final, we are in for a treat. 4 teams at the end of the regular season are our last remaining 4 teams. That game's underway as well, also live and free. Simmons. It was long. Vela with the header. Falls straight into the lap of Presley Ortiz. Lays it off here for Seiya Kambayashi. His shot is wide, and we've seen some spectacular goals from Seiya Kambayashi. We almost got another one then. Closest we've come to seeing a goal in this second half, and it's no surprise. It's APIA's main man, Seiya Kambayashi. Marconi getting ready to make a double change. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. It seems like, looks like Mate Busek is getting ready to come on. Hilton with the goal kick. Ortiz flicks it on. Kudus plays it out wide to Costanzo. Like he was going to take on Fong for a second, but he drifts centrally. He was looking for his captain, but it fell straight onto the chest of Eddie Caspers. Typical Eddie Caspers game so far. He's been everywhere. And we are going to see that double change now. It's going to be Maya coming off for Busek. Jordy Swivel coming on for Julian Monge. So 2 goal scorers have come on. Mate Busek has been Marconi's equivalent of Alex Denmead this season. Scored some big goals off the bench. And Jordy Swivel, he's returned to Marconi. Prolific goal scorer in the past. Only a couple seasons removed from a 15-goal season for the Stallions. Has scored 1 goal since returning mid-season. They need a goal here to keep their season alive. Kudus looks to bring Swivel into the game straight away. He laid it off looking for Jesic. Caspers plays it out wide to Denmead. Denmead throws a couple step-overs. Shoulder to shoulder there with Daniel, and the cross was just floated above Presley Ortiz and Hilton. This kick there gets a loud groan from Marconi goalkeeper. Gives APIA a chance to put the pressure straight back on. Caspers. Kambayashi. He came close a couple minutes ago with a shot outside of the box. He dinks it to the back stick looking for Ortiz. I thought for a second it looked like he was opening up for the shot, but just looking for his top goal scorer, another ex-Manly man as the Ortiz, but Hilton was there first. Hilton. Long. Caspers again. Eddie Caspers into the starting lineup today, replacing Maxim Kasalovic. Done a great job so far in the opening hour. Ortiz. There's Farinella and Denmead in the box. Throws himself here, Presley Ortiz, and maybe just one cut too many. Allows Marconi to recover. Tyrone Burney. It's long. Busek. Denmead. moves forward. And up against Daniel once again. Lovely ball to Monge. He gets it back. Flag stays down. Tees it back up. Looking for Presley Ortiz, who was at full stretch but couldn't make connection with the cross. Lovely build-up play there from APIA's super sub Alex Denmead, who starts today in this preliminary final. Second half just coming to life now. Marconi have already made 2 changes as they look to get back in this preliminary final. Costanzo looks to get past Fong, shows his pace, but Caspers gets back there and just does enough to put off Costanzo and allows Fong to recover, and he goes long. Lovely work there from Denmead to use his chest, but Mr. Marconi Vela, and Daniel goes long. Caspers might just take a moment of magic from Marconi to breach this APIA backline, which looks pretty strong at the moment. Lovely dinked cross there for Denmead, and Farinella just urges him to drive forward, which he does. Here is Alex Denmead. He's had a good 5 minutes. Face Kambayashi right on the edge of the last defender there. Fong was in the back post looking for Presley Ortiz. Squares it back up for Monge. And that ball was slightly behind him and cleared away to safety. Here's Swivel. And Caspers, the ex-MacArthur Bull. Misplaced pass there. Allows Sekenis to find Swivel. Swivel tries to get around Kuda, who, like a brick wall, stands strong and sends the ball away. But here is Tyron Burney. Pace has just picked up a couple notches. Costanzo, not at desperation time yet for Marconi. Strong tackle there from Fong. But Costanzo does really well to win it back and get around him momentarily. Perfect tackle there from the young right back. Draws a well-earned applause there from the home fans. That was excellent from Fong, and that's been a battle that you haven't been able to take your eyes off. Costanzo against Fong. Bayless. Ernie back to Bayless. Looking for Costanzo. Switches it out wide. He was looking for Busek and goes out for a goal kick. Interesting when Franco Parisi turns to his bench and what type of substitution he makes. He's got goal scorers, but then he's also got players that can shore up a result on there as well. Costanzo for Marconi. Block once again there from Fong. It's been a battle that's ebbed and flowed, but you have to say the young right back slightly pipping it at the moment after a great first half from Costanzo. Caspers. Patient build-up play and an Alex Denmead shot which is dragged wide. Here is Vela. Long once again. We saw a lot of this from Marconi in the first half. Swivel. Kelly did well to get back there and do enough to just put off Marconi's number 99, Jordan Swivel. Returned mid-season. They would love him. Returned to the goal-scoring form we saw from him in 2023. Send that one high and long, and Kudus just puts it out for a throw. Miyashi. 1-2 there off Monge, and looking for Ortiz, but Kudus is there first, and the veteran with plenty of A-League experience just sees that one out. We've already seen 2 changes on Marconi, none from APIA so far. It's a bench that has Patrick Flotman, Jack Stewart, Rory Jordan, Maxim Kasalovic and the return of Nicolas Arzone. Marconi with Carl Cimenti, Jake True, and Luke Rasso still available to come on. He's one of the substitutes, Swivel. He's trying to flick that one on, but Kelly has been absolutely immense, and another collector's item for a lucky fan there. We've seen a few balls go missing this afternoon. Marconi would love one of these balls to go missing in the back of the net. They need a goal. Costanzo, will he be the provider? Kelly right there once again. Now they go long, gives Mutakuta something to think about because he has Ortiz breathing down his neck, but a cool head from the centre back there brings his keeper into play, and now's Bayless. Plenty of light blue in front of him. One of them is his captain. The ball is overhit. Skids past Jesic for a goal kick. Oliver Kalatz. Big moment in this game. That save to deny Jesic in the first half when it was goalless. Beautiful move down the left-hand side from Dom Costanzo. Picked out his captain. Great low save from Kalatz from point-blank range. The game would have been very different if that goal had have gone in, because Marconi were on top at that stage. They're going to get a free kick here, though. Now for Marconi to respond with a set piece of their own. We've seen one goal so far from a corner, Drayden Kelly. Marconi taking their time with this one. Plenty of tall timber in the box. Marconi floated into the edge of it, header away. It's back to the free kick taker, Bayless. Take two, sends it in. That one was better. Falls here to Jesic. Lovely ball. It falls for Costanzo. It's still there for Marconi, and now Caspers. APIA survived that half scare there. For a second it looked like it was going to fall for Costanzo at the back post. It was a sea of bodies there from both teams. Now APIA chance to go up the other end. And Mead, he'd be looking. His opposite winger, Kambayashi, goes out for a goal kick. These are two teams that are played a lot of football. 30 rounds. They felt the effects of a long, grueling season. They met in the Australia Cup. Kuda. And against Sekenis there, and concedes a throw. Jesic. Is it off for Pusek? Here's Mate Pusek. And we have a delayed whistle here. And a free kick for Marconi. Good opportunity for the defending champions to get back into this game. 22 minutes to go. Stallions with a free kick. It's been a good spell for the away team. Getting a little bit more threatening as we approach the final 20 minutes. Stallions looking for a goal. The ball once again headed away by Eddie Caspers. Daniel. Composed, not to just hit it first time, take the touch past Ortiz, but then... My apologies, Mr. George Daniel, I put the commentator's curse on you. Now Fong skips forward. Vela getting back there. Cross looking for Ortiz. It might sit up. It does. Here is Kambayashi. Two ex-Manly players linking up there. Saya Kambayashi finds Alex Denby, flashes over the bar. And from the man known as Reggio, as he's known amongst his teammates, I don't know why. He'll also be known as a super sub. starting for APIA today. They are 20 minutes away from a grand final, unless Marconi can find the goal. Kambayashi. Lovely composure there to find Franco Farinella. Murakudis is coming across. He's got Ortiz and 10-minute support. It's Presley Ortiz! APIA's top goal scorer delivers possibly their most crucial goal of the season and has them on the verge of the 2025 Grand Final. Goal number 20 in all competitions for Presley Ortiz. Beautiful move down the left-hand side from Franco Farinella. And that's why they call him Mr. Dependable, the composed cross to pick out his number 9, who wasn't going to miss from there. And it is now APIA 2, Marconi 0. The Stallions have a mountain to climb if they are going to continue defending their title. Goal number 18 in the league for Ortiz. Alex Denmead comes off to be replaced by Rory Jordan. Huge shift out of a makeshift front three, which is missing Jack Stewart today. Rory Jordan, possibly a little bit unlucky not to get the start today. He scored in 3 consecutive games before this one. He scored the match winner in their last 2. He comes on, but that is just a credit to Franco Parisi and the depth that he has in this squad to be able to call on a player like the ex-Newcastle Jet, Rory Jordan. APIA not shutting up shop just yet, making an attacking change despite being 2-0 up. Daniel. Jesic. Looking for a teammate. He found Fabian Monge instead. This is a Derby d'Italia. It's also the Monge derby as well. And Julian got the win in August. It looks like Fabian is going to get revenge unless Marconi can find 2 goals in the last 18 minutes here. His Caspers has been everywhere. Kalatz is long. Kudus brings in Hilton. Daniel just got a foot on that one, took the sting off it, and goes past Costanzo. Kambayashi. Presley Ortiz. Card here, I think, is for Presley Ortiz for kicking the ball away. Maybe a little bit argy-bargy as well. Presley Ortiz, the goal scorer, gets a card to his bemusement and confusement of some in the crowd as well. Kuda. Monge up against Busek. Swivel links up with his other substitute, Busek. Tees it up for Geordie Swivel. And that was a chance there for a proven goal scorer in this competition. Jordan Swivel, even if it was a half chance. Time starting to tick on season 2025 for the defending champions. They need to find a goal. The best attack has found 2 huge goals in this one, and they lead by 2-0. A usual suspect for the second, a not so usual suspect for the first. Drayden Kelly's header in the first half. Presley Ortiz has put APIA on the verge. Well, it's been a huge day for the club already. Their women booked their ticket to the grand final. Oh no, a horrible moment for Hilton. And that would have been a cruel, cruel moment for one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the NPL. It skidded off the AstroTurf. And that would have been a horror moment for Hilton, whose blushes are saved by the football gods. They spared him. That would have been brutal. The bigger picture is Marconi having conceded a killer third goal. APIA in no rush to take this corner. Final 15 minutes. Will it be the last 15 minutes of season 2025 for our defending champions? They play it short to the edge of the box. Here's Fong, and Kelly was at full stretch there. Jaden Kelly. A season that earned him a lot of praise for his performances, not only in the league and the cup. His second goal of the season got this Derby d'Italia party started for APIA. Farinella going shoulder to shoulder with Daniel. Desperation time here now for Marconi. You can sense the urgency's just been cranked up a couple notches. Strong challenge once again from Farinella. He's throwing himself into tackles. Costanzo. Jordan as well. Fong. Had a great second half. And now players have gone tumbling down like they're auditioning for the WWE. In the meantime, players continued, and that pass just slightly behind Kambayashi, and the juice out of that attack just come out a little bit. Here's Jordan. And game just getting a little bit feistier now. Couple late tackles, and our referee's just going to have a word, I think. Prevent this game from descending into chaos. And Marconi going to make a third change. It is a man who knows what it takes to win this derby. Jake True was a man of the match here on the Anzac Day weekend. He's getting ready to come on. Kambayashi looking for Jordan. Strong header away from Daniel. Nella. Kuda. Long looking for Simmons. Lays it off for Saya Kambayashi. Was trying to get it onto his right foot, but Bayless got there first. Here's Hilton. Nearly had a horrible moment a few minutes ago. In one of Marconi's heroes. That's just slightly under hit, but Kalatz was alert, and we have another ball that'll end up on top of the Joe Marsden Pavilion. It is Jake True, the truth, coming on. Vela comes off, so throwing on, beg your pardon, no, it's Dom Costanzo coming off now. So Costanzo off, True on. True was an unused sub midweek, so he's got fresh legs and has shown us this season he has an appetite for scoring in big games. Scored a goal and set up an own goal in a 2-0 win here. This might sit up for Saya Kambayashi. He tries to square it for a teammate that wasn't there. The idea was right, but Presley Ortiz was just playing catch-up there. And Marconi hanging on, but as time ticks away, this mountain that they have to climb is quickly becoming Everest. Kelly. They're happy to just recycle possession. Just as I say that, right on cue. Ball given away. It's kitchen sink time for Marconi. Monge has been excellent. Beautiful work there once again by Farinella. Holds it up and finds Ortiz, cuts back inside. Dancing and weaving is Presley Ortiz. Was he fouled? No, referee. Second, that point there made it look like he was pointing to the spot, but he was pointing to a goal kick. Long looking for Swibbles. Half chance, maybe you could call it even a quarter chance. The closest Marconi have come to scoring. Sekenis. Great tackle once again by Drayden Kelly. Marconi need a moment of magic, a lifeline from somewhere. Daniel. Bounces off Jordan and falls straight back to his feet. Here's Bayless. Dinks it forward. And the idea was right there from Sekenis. He tried to lay it off for Jesic. Bernie's header finds Jordan. He switches it out wide. He was looking for Kambayashi, but thankfully for Marconi, he falls to the feet of Murakudas, who goes long looking for True. Final 10 minutes here at Lambert Park. Is it the last 10 minutes of the season for the defending champions? True. Tried to get on the end of that one, but there was a player in Morona Zuri that was there first. It's now or never time for Marconi. Long looping throw. True. Farinella all over him. True once again. Farinella is there again, and now he's harassing Bernie. Look at Farinella. He's come out on another level in this second half. Really amped up, throwing himself into tackles and setting up Presley Ortiz for that key. Could be game icing goal unless Marconi can find the response. It falls to Sekenis. Draws a great low save from Ollie Kalatz, who is pumped up after that save. Best chance of the second half for Marconi. They almost created that out of absolutely nothing, and it was their top goal scorer, Damien Sekenis. From my angle, it looked like it was going into the bottom corner, but Kalatz managed to put a glove on it, send it out for a corner, which Marconi take. They floated in. It was Busek, still with Mate Busek. And now that ball is fizzing around. Two players hit the deck, one from each team, and 3 points to a goal kick. Down, 2 players down for APIA. One is Franco Farinella. And delay in this game. 2 players down there for APIA, but Marconi with best chance of the second half, and it's Rory Jordan, the other player who's down. The players back to their feet. Jordan's going to have to do the silly ritual where the player jogs off and then waits to get the green light to come back on. Up is momentarily down to 10, but 2 goals up, 6.5 minutes to go. Tees managed to get something on that one, but it falls to Bayless, who is putting an absolute shift in midfield, but it looks like so far it will be in a losing effort. Daniel, Monge, Kudus, Vela. I wonder now if Marconi players are just feeling the effects of the 120 minutes they played on Wednesday night. As we approach the final 5 minutes of the 90. Bayless, now or never for Marconi. They're going to pull off a miraculous comeback and send us to extra time. Here's True. Jake True floats it into the back. It was a decent ball. And that looks like it may have hit a hand. It would have been a cruel penalty. Player. It was Monge who slid to make a block, and then it caught him on the arm. And now play is stopped, and Marko Jesic, as you can see on your screens, he's absolutely fuming. Because, I don't know if you can pick it up on our effects mic, he's saying it's not a head injury, so he's wondering why the game was stopped. Nervy moment there for APIA. Maybe Monge sliding. It looked like he may have tripped over and the ball caught him on the arm. It would have been a cruel penalty, but Marconi really pouring everything forward. Swivel. Someone's lost the shoe. Farinella, who's well and truly done everything in this second half. Bernie. Done by Jesic. And a foul here, and more precious seconds come off the clock. Four minutes to go. Goes to Drayden Kelly. And Presley Ortiz have APIA on the verge. And these teams finished second and third. It ruled out the chance of a Derby d'Italia final. It's been a period of great success for both clubs. Two recent winners of the NPL. Calats. APIA looking to continue their streak under Franco Parisi of winning a trophy every year that he's managed. He started in 2023, won the championship, won the Waratah Cup in 24. Looking to win his second championship in 3 years. Foul won there by Jordan. And Marko Jesic has talked his way into a yellow card. He's been very fired up. That one was brewing for a while. Both these teams will feature in the Australian Championship. Marconi 3 minutes away from their title defense ending, unless pull a miracle in the inner west. Jordan, Ortiz, looking for the pass there, the one touch, mishit it. Pusek, plenty of room there for True if he can bring the ball down. He does. Kambayashi does well to get there and support, and Simmons did enough. It's going to be Nicholas Azzone coming on to see out the last 2 minutes of normal time plus added time. Nicholas Azzone. He's been a part of some famous APIA wins. A cup set against the Western Sydney Wanderers in 2021. He's won silverware, and his task the last 5 or so minutes is to see out this win and book APIA's spot in the 2025 New South Wales NPL Grand Final. Marko Jesic comes off, just picked up a yellow card, and it's Carl Cimenti who comes on. Marconi need that goal, and they need it now. Otherwise, their attention is going to shift to the Australian Championship. They're in a group with South Hobart, Heidelberg, and the Wollongong Wolves. No doubt will be one of the favourites heading into the Oz Championship, as will the Italo-Australian rivals. This derby has been played for over 5 decades. The first Derby d'Italia was all the way back in 1970. 36 wins for APIA, 36 wins for Marconi, and 18 draws. This is the 91st. APIA are 20 seconds plus added time away from getting win number 37. That will bring the season tally 2 wins for APIA and 2 for Marconi. True. Looking for some room, but he was shut down quickly by Kambayashi. Rory Jordan's bursting forward. If this ball can go over the head of Mutakutis, it doesn't. Kuda. It's there ahead of Swivel. Now or never for Marconi. They're going to keep their title defence alive. Daniel dinks it in, looking for a Marconi head. He gets it. We are into added time. There's going to be 5 minutes of it. Long goal kick there from Kalatz. 2 key moments from the Marconi goalkeeper have proved pivotal. Kambayashi, you're looking to ice this game. One when the score was goalless, and big corner. One there from APIA. They milk more precious seconds off the clock. Winner of this one plays Spirit or Rockdale. It looks like it's going to be APIA. Dancing along that goal line, and Mutakutis, it's a strong foot in. Tough time in the other preliminary final. 0-0 between Spirit and Rockdale. Fong. Cameron Fong, young defender, drew the tough assignment of going up against Dom Costanzo. He had a tough opening 20 minutes. Costanzo was in a mood, as was Franco Maya, but he recovered well, and he has been flawless since. APIA players thinking that Marconi added a bit of GST to that throw. Mutakutis, for the first time tonight, heads it away. So Kenneth had his jersey tugged. He wasn't happy about it. Flag is up. Yashi looking to make the run in behind. Bayless takes it quickly. Tyron Burney's had a fantastic first season at Bosley Park since making the move from Blacktown. Looks like it's coming to an end now. Daniel has also been brilliant. Both those players winning Defender of the Month awards at various stages of this season, but it's APIA, the league's best attack, breached the league's best defense on 2 occasions. It's them on the verge. Bayless to take the free kick. He floats it into the top of the box. Header away. Ortiz trying to get around Burney. He does, but he's getting back there, and Burney makes a strong tackle. Here is Ortiz. Drive it to the corner flag. 90 seconds to go. APIA going to book their ticket to the big dance. A chance to win their 2nd championship in 3 seasons. In this meeting between the last 2 champions of this competition. Shades of the late 80s when these teams dominated the NSL. APIA won in 1987, followed by Marconi in 1988. Are we going to see more Italo-Australian dominance next week? Hilton, his fantastic season is coming to an end, but I have a feeling he'll be getting some individual accolades come the end of season awards. Daniel tries to get around Jordan. A chance now for APIA to ice it and put the cherry on top into the palms of Hilton, who keeps Marconi, or at least preserves this scoreline. The season has ebbed and flowed for Marconi. They started 13 games unbeaten. A grueling season caught up with them. Some big injuries at various stages to key players. And that is the brutality of having such a long season. The 91st Derby d'Italia goes the way of the APIA Leichhardt Football Club. They now edge the head-to-head, their 37th win over their rivals Marconi, and most importantly, they book their ticket to next week's grand final. It was a good start by the visitors, but the game was flipped on its head when Drayden Kelly, who's won fans with his defensive efforts this season, rose above the pack from a corner to give APIA the lead. And from then, the home team, you have to say, we're the better team for a majority of this game. They then doubled their lead through Presley Ortiz. His 18th league goal of the season brought him to 20 in all competitions. Marconi had their moments. Key save from Ollie Kalatz preserved the clean sheet for APIA Leichhardt Football Club. So much to get excited about for this historic club with the second division just around the corner. But for now, the present, they have the chance to win their second championship in 3 seasons. In this battle of the champions, the 2023 champions, the APIA Leichhardt Football Club, have prevailed over the 2024 champions, the Marconi Stallions. They play the winner of the battle of the premiers, Spirit and Rockdale. A fantastic Derby d'Italia concludes here at Lambert Park, as does the title defence of the Marconi Stallions. They'll certainly be back. They'll be one of the heavyweights heading into the Australian Championship. But this afternoon belongs to the team in Maroon Azzurri. My name is Adamo Denegris. On behalf of everyone at Football New South Wales, have a lovely rest of your Father's Day. Go and head over to the other game. It's halftime, Spirit and Rockdale 0-0. The winner of that one will play APIA next week in the grand final. We'll see you then.